This is a presentation for educators on fair use and copyright. There's a lot of information out there. Anyone with access to the internet is a click away from information and creative work on pretty much any topic you can think of. Great-grandmothers and 4-year-olds alike are figuring out how to copy and paste nowadays. Pictures, videos, articles, and whatever else you can find can be great things to use in your classroom. The problem is that anything on the internet is only available because someone else put it there, and that someone may or may not want you using their work. You gotta use it fairly. Fair use is the right to use copyrighted material without permission or payment, especially when the cultural or social benefits of the use are predominant. Copyright is a sore subject for many educators. Some teachers just copy anything and hide it behind closed doors. While these teachers are making the most out of the information available online and are most likely using it for their students' advantage, they are probably misusing some information as well as displaying inappropriate use of technology to their students. Some teachers copy nothing because they are scared of breaking a law. These teachers are under the impression that they could get sued by using anything and are not aware that they are denying students rights to information online as long as it's used fairly. So how do you know if you're using something fairly? There's no exact law. What might be fair use of one resource may not be equally fair use of another. There are no rules of thumb either. Rules of thumb are statements like saying that 10% or 400 words of a text from any given article is okay to use. No, those don't exist for fair use. Fair use is decided under a rule of reason. If something has social and cultural benefits that outweigh the cost of the use imposed on the copyright owner, it can be considered fair use. Teachers can argue their case too. It's negotiable. Fair use has been around for 170 years, and there's not been a single major court case decision on that subject. As a result, you can argue your use based on the nature of the use, the nature of the works used, the extent of the use, and its economic effect. A judge will let you use it if the unlicensed use did not transform the material by using it for a different purpose than that of the original. For example, you can use an article about the benefits of using recyclable bags in grocery stores if you want the article to teach about that. You cannot use it to show a way that plastic bag producers are becoming lazy. The material was taken in an appropriate kind and amount. Using an expert from a work to add information you're providing on a subject will be more acceptable than using an entire work to teach every aspect of a lesson. Lastly, a judge will let you use it if the material falls under one of the 5 principles. I'll give you a minute to read about those. Is everything copyrighted? Yes. Anything you do and put online, or anything anyone else does and puts online, is immediately belongs to you and is not allowed to be used by other people. But what if you want to share it? Or what if you want to find things that other people have created to use? Creative Commons is a way for people to share their work in ways they want to share it. You can choose to allow anything as long as you are credited. There are many different ways to share your work. You can let others do anything they want with your work as long as they credit you, and license what they do with your work under your identical terms. You can allow redistribution of your work commercially or non-commercially, as long as it doesn't change and you are given credit for it. You can also allow it used non-commercially with credit towards you, but not force others to license their derivative works on the same terms. Or you can force derivative works to share the same terms. You can also disallow anyone to change or use it commercially, but allow them to download and share it. This was created to connect our world in an easier way, since anything created will inevitably be based on something already created. Copyright rules can get tricky, but Creative Commons takes care of that. That's all for now. Thanks for listening.